Hey, Wan.dlo. With the PS5 Pro comes my continued sorrow that storage is soldered. Thoughts about the idea that PS4 hardware could outlive PS5 hardware since high failure components can be replaced?
That's an interesting question.
Cool.
And to be clear, I want to acknowledge that the PlayStation 5 has some non-soldered storage. It does have a storage bay that you can install an M.2 SSD in, which, in my opinion, was such a pro-consumer, healthy move that I can't say enough how unexpected it was for me from Sony of all players. But with that said, what Eric points out is that the boot SSD is very much soldered, and you cannot boot off of that M.2 drive. Could PS4 hardware outlive PS5 hardware because you can just replace the drive anytime you want? Man, I'd love to think that, Sony could issue an update or something that would allow you to move all of the boot partition, like any necessary OS files over to the M.2 drive. I kind of don't think they would. But then I didn't think they would have an M.2 slot in the first place, so I don't know, maybe they would. But remember, Sony acknowledges, I think, that the performance of the M.2 slot is not as high as the soldered SSD. But then I don't think we've seen a game yet where it's made a difference.
I think really my answer to all of this is that it should be terrifying for anyone who's into consoles, that it's basically just PlayStation right now. That is horrible. It's very bad.
Does it matter?
Absolutely.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. Does it matter if every Sony exclusive is just going to come to PC anyway?
I'll let you finish, but...
Well, I did finish. I finished.
No, I'm doing the Kanye reference.
I know the reference, but I'm already done talking.
All right. I think it does. I think it matters. For console people.
But
for PC people, I don't think it makes a difference.
What's a console person even going to be in a few years? I mean, Microsoft has publicly acknowledged SteamOS now. I think we're going to get a Windows console OS for handheld, at which point we're going to get a Windows console OS for desktop because it's basically the same thing.
If we get that, then I think it's fine. But I've heard no whispers of that. And honestly, PC on a TV right now is not a great experience. It's not a console-like experience.
It's not great.
And
you can configure Steam to launch on startup and launch in big picture. It's not. You're 100% right.
Like there is, I don't care, but I understand the reasons why certain people like consoles. And they're getting less solid. Because consoles are getting more annoying to use, I think, over time, 100%. Which is weird and sucks. But back in the day, the argument was like, with my N64, put thing in, turn thing on, I am playing game.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
It was so funny. I saw one comment that had a fair number of upvotes that was just like, there's like charging more for just like, it's like slightly better and it's more expensive. And I was just like... Just like on PCs.
Sorry, man, but welcome to the party.
Yeah, exactly.
I apologize that you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, and? But yeah, no, they're so PC-like, you're right.
Yeah. Which unfortunately, they seem to be inheriting a lot of the negative aspects of PCs and not inheriting as many of the good ones.
Patches.
While PCs are actually gaining
and
good things from consoles.
Consoles are retaining a lot of the negativity that they've had, like paying for access to online multiplayer. Like that is mind-blowing. And you look at the way that Microsoft has just brazenly changed the way that Game Pass works so that it kind of sucks on Xbox compared to on a PC.
Yeah.
And effectively have just said, I don't know, get good, buy a PC then if you want to get a good deal on Game Pass. Like, what?
Yeah, it's I think a somewhat uncomfortable time to be a console gamer, especially if you're an Xbox console gamer, but even if you're a PlayStation console gamer. It's just all a little uncomfortable right now. And if you're someone who's like a TV gamer, it's just awkward because Windows isn't an amazing solution. You can do it, but it's not great. as long as you need a keyboard and a mouse, couch solutions for that are just kind of awkward and really bulky. And I don't think there's any getting away from that, to be honest.
No, but there's so many games that you can play on PC with a controller now. Like, it's kind of
It does help a lot.
solved, essentially.
It helps a lot. Speaking of which, speaking of games that you could play with a controller, I have a hot take that the internet is not going to like me for.
You played more of Final Fantasy VI and it's not that good?
No, I did play more of it, and it's very good. I'm
Nice.
still very happy with that game. It's going to
Nice.
take me a long time to beat it, but
It really is.
I got pushed with a very strong recommendation to at least try a game,
Uh-oh.
so I did,
What game?
and so far it's really good.
What game?
Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh,
It's really good so far.
I thought people said it was okay.
I thought people said it was terrible.
Or wait, no, I'm thinking of Jedi Survivor.
Yeah,
Okay, so sorry. Is that a hot take? Outlaws? Do people hate Outlaws?
it's because it's from Ubisoft, which is I think why people don't like it. After playing the game, it has one of the coolest. I'm going to say most innovative, and then someone's going to be like, "Oh, they lifted it from this indie game." I'm sorry, I didn't know. Most innovative, like lock picking mechanics. The story seems really good so far. The characters seem cool. The design of the environments are fantastic. Like the city that I'm in is awesome. There's some things that like leave things to be desired. I think the speeder driving mechanics are not great. I think
Yeah,
the
aren't
general
people mad that you can't
gunplay
shoot
isn't
and also
fantastic.
drive at the same time or
that's
something?
kind of weird.
Yeah, okay.
You can use a ability to do like
Like a takedown or whatever it is. Like an
sort of,
ultimate kind of...
yeah, but it has to like charge up. That is definitely like awkward.
Yeah, okay.
But it also has barely impacted my gameplay at all, so I don't care. I haven't played that much, so maybe it becomes more of a thing the more you play. I don't know. But so far, having played it, it's... I think most people are saying it's bad because Ubisoft is bad, not because the game is bad. I think the game is pretty good. How many hours are you in? Counting it in hours is already becoming disingenuous. I'm not that far in. I'm through the intro to the game area, and then I've spent probably like 20 minutes after that, and then that's it. So I'm not that far into the game. But like the sound is great. The story already has me quite interested. The lockpicking mechanic is so cool that there's a thing that constantly turns.
Yeah.
And then in a rhythm, it like shows the pattern that you have to do. And then as it comes back around making like ticking noises, you have to like almost preemptively press along with the rhythm, and then it unlocks for you, which is like actually kind of fun and satisfying. You like feel like you did well when you did it, instead of a lot of other lockpicking mechanics in games where it's just like tedium.
Right. I don't know. I just can't with Star Wars anymore, dude. I'm completely ignoring that it's Star Wars. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I haven't seen a lightsaber in the game yet. I don't think it matters. You're like Outer Rim, whatever, space outlaw person. Yeah.
Okay.
No part of the game so far has been like Star Wars has not been important, even slightly so far. I don't think we've ran into a single character that's like a major character from the mainline series personally yet. There's no lightsabers. There's no even reference to any of it so far. There are technically stormtroopers. I think I've seen like 4, and they didn't matter. Yeah.